Paul Lyons was 9 years old and profoundly deaf when he was raped by a teacher at St Alpius School in Ballarat. It was partly due to the now 51-year-old's evidence that the Christian brother Robert Best was convicted of abusing boys for almost 20 years. After Best was sentenced this week, Paul Lyons decided to speak publicly and add his voice to calls for an independent inquiry.
I didn't really understand what was happening because I'm only 9 years old and I'm deaf, and I do miss out a lot in education and pain, and I thought I was going to die.
Christian brother Robert Best chose his victims carefully, the smallest and most vulnerable. Paul Lyons was in grade 3 when he was raped by Best in a classroom.
Yeah, at first he said, "It's all right, Paul. It's okay, I just want to talk to you." And then he tried to put me at ease, and the next minute he told me to take my pants off, and I said no. And I'm struggling, I'm trying to keep him on. But he was too strong.
The 9-year-old tried to tell another Christian brother what he'd been subjected to.
Next thing I know, he started belting the living crap out of me. And he just repeatedly beat me. It kept repeatedly beating me until I changed my story.
What happened when you told the priest?
And he just turned and looked at me and said, "If you tell anyone, I'll kill you." After that, I was too scared to tell anyone, so I didn't tell anyone for all these years until I turned 40. When I went counselling. When I was at counselling, it was the first time I had a little bit of courage. When I was that 9-year-old boy, I lost all my courage. I wasn't that 9-year-old boy anymore. I wasn't that happy 9-year-old deaf boy anymore. I've lost him. I've now been fighting for 11 years, and I'm trying to get him back, and it's hard.
Paul Lyons gave evidence against Robert Best at one of 11 trials in the county court. Best was sentenced on Monday to a minimum of 11 years and 3 months in jail.
He should be locked up for the rest of his life, key thrown away, because there is so many people that he has destroyed their childhood. I am proud of myself, finally standing up for myself, to get this mongrel put behind bars.
Police think up to 30 men who were abused in the Ballarat area have taken their own lives.
Yes.
Did you know any of them?
Yes, I know quite a few of them, and that is just so sad. I'm surprised I'm still here. If I'm allowed to say this, I've had a gun in my mouth, and I was ready to blow my head off. I just didn't want to live anymore. And I can understand how those people have taken their lives. I can understand how they feel, but it means Best wins. He wins.
What would you like to happen now?
I do want the government to get involved in this. I do want government inquiry. I do want police inquiry.
As you say, the abuse happened a long time ago. What would holding an inquiry now, what would that achieve for victims?
The Catholic Church knew about this. Even back in '69 when I tried to tell them what happened to me, they knew. And it's got to be stopped. The truth has to be told.
And we'll have an extended version of that interview up on our website next week.